Okay, so looking at trends now, I've realised that both of the sports facilities I've picked are both rugby clubs. This means that the trends are nice and easy and simple. So both of the one of the most obvious trends would be that the rugby season is kind of in the winter season. So that kind of means both clubs will be busy during the winter, um, which means that it could have a quite a large impact on the human services that can be provided by the club and also the products. So, as mentioned earlier, one of the products would be kit. This means throughout the winter season you have to have a stockpile of kit to make sure that you can have the demand that would be needed by the influx of people there. Another one would be it'd have an impact on human services and human resources because you'll have to have the people working there and they'll have to make sure you've got enough people working there to cover them that winter season. Another trend would be the Rugby World Cup. So a few years ago we had the Rugby World Cup in England. This means that we saw a massive increase in people wanting to play rugby because they've seen their heroes from across the world play this game and they want to kind of replicate what they've done really. So obviously everyone will see a big impact there, and again you'll have to have an impact on the products you get from the kit, and also the human resources working there, food and drink, because you'll have more people, more mouths to feed, and everything like that. And one of the final trends that I decided to pick was that your local team doing well. So if your local team, in this case it's Saracens for us, if your local team is doing well, more people want to come and play rugby. So you can be like, oh, I want to be like my star or my idol. So that means again you'll have more increase in products needed. So your kit and your services. So you need first aiders. You'd need more people working there behind the bar, more equipment, which can be a product or a service because you're giving them a service of safety when they're playing. So you need more post protectors, more like padding, more poles, all that, in order to make sure they're right. But I've noticed if we're gonna look in the long run, and we could use some recommendations for this. So as I said, the trends are the winter season. So to make this kind of easier on everyone, on the products, the resources, the human resources, and everything like that, you could spread out the rugby season. This means that everything's kind of an even distance between each other, so you won't have too much strain going through. Obviously, you'll have busy weekends and quiet weekends, but if you spread it out, say from the start of October, which is rugby when the season starts, but you finish it at like April, so in Easter time, you're going to see a lot more change and a lot more ease on the human resources and everything. But with the other trends, there's not much really you can do for recommendations because you can't really say no, you can't be like your idol because that would be a deterrence for them, and you can't really help that when the Rugby World Cup takes place because that's every 4 years. So, but I say one of the best recommendations would be to spread out the season. But we going back to the trends and analysing it, you would say that you'd see more people come in during the winter season, not only because it's rugby season, but also New Year's resolutions. People may be a bit scared of going to the gym to get fit, so instead they might look to a sport that they played when they were kids. So you might see an increase in people going, oh, I'm here to have fun and be healthy at the same time. So you're going to see a few more people join in. There may not be many, but you'll definitely see more people join in because of this new year, new me, healthy resolutions and all things like that. And they want to make more friends, do stuff they haven't done in a while, which could be again New Year's resolutions. And also, winter time, you'll have Christmas. Everyone wants to go down and burn some fat after Christmas. And again, as mentioned, they might be a bit scared of going to the gym because all these gym heads and all these muscle maniacs running about. So they might want to come down to a rugby club where everything's a bit more chilled out, a bit more mellow, and just play a game of rugby. So yeah, that was analysing and comparing and contrasting and explaining the trends.